Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Should we wait for some more time or can we get started?
Yes, we should wait for at least 2-3 minutes if someone want to join, or we'll start. Wait.
Okay, so today I'm planning to cover these are the topics from Tosca. So today onwards we'll learn Tosca. We'll spend some days learning Tosca. Meanwhile, I will tell you how you guys need to download that. Download. Oh, it's not Tosca. You need to search, download Tricentis Tosca, Google, then just click on the first link which is available, download Tricentis Tosca, free 14 days trial. Then you guys, if directly it is not visible, then you can click on the demos and trials, else you need to enter your email address. Before it was allowed to enter your personal Gmail ID. Now it's asking for business email address. Okay, so you need to enter that and provide all your details. Then provide your the country, everything. You can here you can mention like learning Tosca. Like you can mention over here. Here you can select as a student like that, or the tester or SDAT and all you can choose. Then if you submit, then it will start download. And I believe there will be an email sent to this email address. From there you need to verify, and the same email address you need to enter while launching that Tosca. So you can try after this session with. All right. Okay, then let's get started. So first point is prerequisite before you scan or start using Tosca, right? So whether it is a Tosca or Selenium, we need to ensure that our browser is set to 100%. This zoom setting here, you need to ensure that it's always 100%, right? Most of the times, because of this zoom setting, our Tosca or Selenium scripts get failed. It will not be in the position to identify elements. So that is the reason the very first thing is I mentioned here. Browser setting is an important thing. Zoom setting. The zoom settings we need to make it as 100%. First thing. You have for fresher level, this is a must ask question. What should be the browser level? I mean, zoom setting level. So 100% we need to set. After that, we have there is something called browser extension. So to make Tosca interact with Chrome or whatever the browser we have, for that purpose we need to install and we need to set the browser extension. I think you can note down this. How do we set that? So first of all, we need to go to the particular browser. In my case, it's a Chrome browser. Then go to settings. Then here under extensions, you can click. And here, if it is not readily added, then what you need to do is you need to add the extension. I will show you where it is available. So let's go to this PC, right? Program files, this 86. Note down this part. They might ask you this question: how do you set the extension? So program files, then go to the Tosca Tricentis folder. Under C folder, I have program files, then Tricentis, under Tosca suites, under T box, then again under resource. Resource, yes, we have this many extensions. There is a Chrome, there is an Edge, for Firefox, mobile, right? So we need to set this extension. So better you guys note down this path. Even when you are going to try yourself, you need to set this path. So it's under C, program files, Tricentis, Tosca test suite, T-box, resource. Whenever you install Tosca in your machine, by default this path get created, right? So now mostly in real-time scenario, we prefer to work with Chrome only. So that's the reason I'm explaining about Chrome. So I need to, under Chrome extension, we have something called Tosca Chrome automation.crx. Are you getting? So either I can drag this and drop here. Either I can drag and drop here, right? Or else I can, if it's not readily added, there will be options to browse. So just we need to browse this path, right? Sometimes they tend to ask, here you can see, right, the extension is CRX. What is CRX file? For fresher level, they expect to know this. Once they ask, how do you set this Chrome extension or browser extension, they might end up asking this next question, what is CRX file? So this is .crx file. So a CRX file is an extension that adds extra features to the Google Chrome browser. So this is specific to our browser. So the CRX file is an extension for this particular file, and this adds extra features to the Chrome browser. It's clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
It's clear, right? So we discussed. Have you note down this? Please note down this.
Yes, I have noted down.
Yes. See, if I explain, you tend to forget. That is the reason I'm asking you to note down this path and all. So this is available under Tosca test suite, box resource, Chrome extension. If you are using other browsers, Edge, so you have so many folders. So just you need to drag and drop this complete folder itself for Edge and all. For Chrome alone, it is Chrome the file name .crx file. For others, you just drag and drop this complete folder. If it is Firefox, it's an Edge in that case. Okay, so that's what about CRX file. Okay, this is the CRX extension. C stands for Chrome, CR stands for Chrome and for extension, right? Like that you can remember. CRX, Chrome extension. Okay. Then let's jump to the next section. Okay, so now different user workspace. Okay, let me launch the Tosca. Whenever we set up the Tosca commander, right, the first thing is we need to create user workspace. Yeah, create new user workspace. So there are different workspace in Tosca. So as you see here, select type of repository. The very first question is asking what type of repository you want to select, what type of workspace you want to create. In our case, it is a none. That means create single user workspace. But when you are working in real-time scenario, it would be these other options. So this SQLite, Oracle, MS SQL Server, DB2. These are the options for multi-user workspace. Right? While you are working in a company, okay, you will not be the one person working on Tosca. So we want to share our test cases, what are the repositories we have created, standard subsets, all the things we want to share. That is the reason we will be using multi-user workspace. In my company, we are using MS SQL Server, and I need to pass the connection string. It will be lengthy connection string. When you request, when you onboard the project, they will give you this connection string. You need to copy paste here, and you need to click on test connection. If it is valid, it will show as valid connection. Otherwise, it will be thrown error message like this. I think it's better to note down like there are two different workspace in Tosca. One is single user, other one is multi-user workspace. If they might ask you which in multi-user workspace, which option did you select, which was the server like, it can be a Oracle, it can be a MS SQL server, right? This admin decides this which server they want to deploy the Tosca. So mostly either it will be Oracle or MS SQL. In my case, it was MS SQL server. Then we get the connection string from the admin department, then pass the connection here, right? So in our case, we can use create single user workspace. This is a clear case?
Yes.
I want you guys to be interactive. If any doubts, please raise.
Sure.
All right, yeah.
No option for MySQL and MongoDB or something?
Yeah, so currently these are the options available. SQLite, so mostly we guys use these many databases only.
Oracle.
SQLite, Oracle. Mostly I feel in Accenture people use Oracle or MS SQL.
Okay.
Any one of this.
Okay.
Right. Accordingly, this details will be shared by admin.
Okay.
No need to bother about, but you need to know about this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let me cancel this. Now let's jump to the next section. Okay, so now what is SUT?
It is system under test application.
Yes. So whenever we talk about testing and also we won't tell the particular application name. We just refer it as a SUT. SUT stands for system under test. The system, the application
Yes.
which you are testing is called as SUT, right?
Okay.
System under test. We need to use these terminologies when we are claiming or when we are really working on testing field. So we need to use such terminology, SUT. When you say the particular application name, they feel like, okay, these guys really did not work on that. So we need to use such terminology. So it will give an impression like we have already been through the testing. So SUT is system under test.
Okay.
All right. So now, what are controls? So, for example, yeah, let me go through the particular yesterday's web page, right? Yeah. So this is my SUT, right? This is the system which I am trying to test. So this is my SUT, and the next question is, what are controls? So we see here a lot of elements available here, right? There is a home page button. I mean, there is a radio button here. There is a text box. There is a drop down. Okay, there is a table to verify. There is options to mouse over somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. So this particular web page consists of lots of web elements, right? So these web elements are called as controls.
Okay.
Did you got what is control?
Yeah, each element.
Yes. So if you want to take down the standard definition, so like we need to explain like our system under test. this SUT has various elements, right?
Yeah.
Like button,
Yes.
text field, drop down options.
Okay.
So these elements are called controls.
Yeah. In HTML also we call them elements.
Exactly. So our system under
Controls.
test has various elements that Tosca needs to interact with, right?
Yeah.
So what our agenda is, we want Tosca to interact with these many elements, right? These elements are called as controls. In Selenium, we usually refer it as an object. When UI developer refer it as an element. In JavaScript, whoever is working on JavaScript, they refer it as element. So just is a different terminology, but the meaning is same. So in Tosca, we refer it as a control. Okay.
Okay.
So is this blinking? Is this element is control? The blinking element is this control?
Um.
Yes, it is control.
Yes, exactly. Whatever you see on this particular
Yes.
application or SUT, all are controls only. All elements are controls,
Whether it is
right?
yeah.
Okay. Whatever has a address or whatever can be.
Whatever available on this web page, SUT. This is the application I am planning to test, so I am referring it as a SUT.
Okay.
So whatever elements available in this page or SUT are controls only.
Okay.
Got it? Any link, hypertext, whatever it is there,
Whether
so all are controls.
clickable or non-clickable doesn't matter.
Sorry?
Clickable or not clickable doesn't matter.
Anything, it doesn't matter. See, this is an image.
Yeah.
This is also a control.
Correct.
Sometimes you might need to verify this image also.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
We need to ensure that if it's a standard company logo, okay. So after deployment, if it gets changed, that also we need to verify. If always it's a company logo only, so that impacts a lot. So using Tosca, we can compare images as well.
Yeah.
But in Selenium, there is no direct way to test the images, but there are some libraries we need to use. Okay, these are our controls. You need to refer it as controls. Okay, let's jump to next section. Steering a control. Any guess what is a steering a control?
Means helping it to reach the particular location.
Right. So what we do usually on this particular application or SUT, we perform some actions, right? If it is a text box, we write something, we enter something, right? If it is a drop down, we choose, we perform certain actions,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We perform certain actions on SUT. So that is called steering.
Correct.
So you can take down definition like we want to perform certain actions on SUT. We want to perform certain actions on SUT controls
Okay.
such as clicking a button or entering a text into a text field or selecting a drop down.
Yeah, etc.
Yeah, these actions are called as steering a control.
Okay.
So this is my particular radio one is my control. I am performing some actions. I am clicking on that. That is called steering.
Yeah.
Right? We just need to remember what is a control, what is steering. Steering means the actions what we perform on control, and what is control? Control is the element available on SUT. That's it. These are new terminologies. It will take some time for you guys to digest. Okay. Now, let's jump to different sections in Tosca. Okay, when I launch Tosca, I could see there are different sections available here. Okay, here you see the very first thing is modules. These are sections. These are sections. The first section is modules. I think it's better you guys take it down. Different sections in Tosca. First one is modules. The second one is test cases. Test cases. Okay. The first one is modules. Second one is test cases. Why I'm urging you guys, because this is a trial version. You may not have the Tosca as long as you want. Okay, it's just 14 days or 15 days or 1 month. After that, only your notes will help you guys. So that is the reason. So first one is modules, second one is test cases, then third one is test case design.
Yeah.
And fourth one is requirements.
Yeah.
And the last one is execution.
Execution.
There are others, but we no need to bother with that. These are 5 important ones.
And what are these called? Sections of Tosca.
These are called different sections. These are called different sections in Tosca. There is a modules, test cases, test case design, requirements, execution. Here also you can see it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's discuss about modules now. The first thing we need to deal with modules only. Whenever you create a workspace in Tosca, first thing we need to have the controls, the module section. We want to look at all these elements. So for that we create modules. Under module section, okay, so different types of modules. Okay, under modules you can see one folder here already available, right? Standard modules.
Yeah.
So different types of modules. They might ask you what are the different types of modules available. First one is standard module. Second one is
User defined.
Yeah.
right? First one is standard module, which is already available here, and the second one is user defined module. So can you guess where is user defined module here?
That we will create, right?
Yeah, did I create here any module?
No.
Practice page, is it?
Yes, practice page is user defined module,
Yeah.
right? So whenever we create a workspace, okay, there are two options to make standard module available. How do we do that, right? So if standard modules are not there, what we need to do? Let's discuss about that beforehand. So let me close this project. I'll show you. Sometimes you might see that standard modules are missing. What to do in that case? Okay, so that option is available whenever you are creating a new workspace itself. So let's say I am trying to create a new workspace. Okay, and here I give my workspace name. Okay, so this is important. This is must ask question. Okay, how do you import, or if they ask anything about standard modules, it's better to explain this as well. So whenever you are creating a new workspace, there is option here, use workspace template. Did you see this?
Yes.
Use workspace template. If you select this option, in that case only our standard modules available under module section. Okay.
Okay.
So while creating a new workspace, there is option available, use workspace template. If you select this, then only standard modules will be available. Otherwise, it will not be available. Is it clear?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What if I have not checked on? I mean, I did not use this. Use workspace template. I forgot. What to do in that case? Right? That might be a one question. If we forgot or if we did not import the standard module, in that case, we have one option. Okay. We need to import that module using import subset. Here under home, there is an option called import subset. If you click on this, it will ask for the path. What I am explaining is, if you miss to import standard modules while creating workspace, then we have another option. Under home, we need to go under home, import subset. I need to traverse till that location. Now, I will show you that path where it is available exactly. Okay. Once you install your Tosca, there will be a folder created as Tosca projects. Under C drive, there is a folder called Tosca projects. Please note down this path. Okay. Under Tosca projects, we have 3 folders. Then I need to go under Tosca commander. Any guess where is my module is here?
Standard
object maps.
Yeah, standard.tsv. This is the file we need to import. So please note down this path. Under C, Tosca project, Tosca commander / standard.tsv.
Tosca project. Tosca commander. Tosca projects is a name given by you, or it is by
No. It's created by default.
Okay.
Tosca projects.
Okay.
Yeah. I will repeat here. Under C drive, this will be created. Tosca projects.
Okay.
Then, yeah, that's why this is a path you need to remember. This is a standard path. Okay, they expect you to know this.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Here, which folder I need to go?
Tosca commander.
Okay, then,
Then you can select that standard.
yes,
TSC.
exactly.
Standard
Standard.tsu. Remember the extension TSU. Okay, they might ask like, what is the file extension for standard modules? It will be like this also. So you need to select this mode, right?
So what it means that TSU means it is something like Tosca standard or whatever.
Yes, TSU stands for Tosca subset. Got it?
Okay, Tosca subset.
Yes, TSU stands for .tsu. Right?
Okay.
Now you guys tell me, what are the ways to have the standard modules available in module section?
Either
What are the ways?
setting up the workspace, you should select the use workspace
Yes. Use
template.
workspace.
If you
Okay, I will
miss,
go there. Just guide me. Okay, yeah.
just
Now you tell me where it is.
It is down.
Yeah.
use workspace template.
Yes.
Okay. See here also you can see this path now, right?
Mhm.
This is also referring to the same file, right? Standard.tsu. If it is already not available in some cases, you can browse it as well. Okay. Here I can go to that path. I am repeating many times because so that you guys can remember it. Tosca projects, Tosca commander, standard.tsu. This is the path. Okay.
Yes.
These
Okay. If I
are
forget,
these are actually the minute things that they can catch whether you were actually working on it or not.
Yes.
The interviewer, I mean.
yeah, interviewer might ask this.
Yeah.
Because many people are claiming that they have worked on Tosca, so he might ask any questions. So that's what I'm planning to prepare you guys in all the way. Like if it is a small intro question or it is a big thing also. So let's cover all those things, right? See, when I told you about in module section we discussed this many things, right? So if what we should do during interview, if we ask anything about modules, don't miss the chance. Just just explain all those things. Boss, under modules we have different types of under module section we have different types of modules. One is standard module, another one is user-defined module. If sometimes it can be a chance like there will not be standard module available already. In that case, there are two options. We need to, while creating user workspace itself, we need to choose the option, right? Or else we can import subset from home option. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Import.
We can cover that. We should not give him a chance to ask many questions. We need to keep answering.
Correct.
Yeah. This worked for me. Hopefully, this should work for you guys also.
Yeah.
Okay, how to import standard module? We discussed this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, second question. Next thing is, how do we scan under modules? How do we create these modules? Right?
I will click on detail link.
How to create modules? They will ask. So to create modules, we use xscan. Here it is. To create modules, we use xscan.
Xscan.
So you can break down like test objects are scanned in Tosca using xscan, which is available under module section. So test objects or controls.
Elements or controls, yeah.
Let's refer it as a controls.
Okay.
Controls are scanned in Tosca using xscan, which is available under module section. Right click, this is the xscan. Here it is simply referring to the scan. So this is actually xscan.
Okay, by this the application will automatically fetch all the addresses.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
It will actually identify all the controls.
Right. Okay, they might ask you what is xscan, or they might ask you like how do you scan a particular application, right? So questions can be like that. So what is xscan? Xscan basically used to scan the controls which are available under
Modules.
Xscan is available under module section.
Modules,
Okay,
yes.
basically here, if you right click on it, this is scan, this is xscan. Okay, I can choose the relevant application which I want to scan actually, right? So this is the only way to scan controls?
No, it might miss also in XCAN.
So there is another option also. Okay, here if you click on modules, here see if you click outside, here just project home view tools API testing. These are the only options shown here. When you click on the modules, one more option is showing here, right? Module section. So if you click here, there is one more option called scan. So they might ask you like, what are the options available to scan controls? So there are two options. Either I can go to module section and right click on modules folder, choose scan application, or else I can go to this modules home menu, modules. This is a home menu. Okay, home menu modules. Then click on scan option. Here also you can see all the same options available here as well.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we have covered these different ways to launch XCAN, right? I am going very slow so that you guys can capture it.
Yes, why it is called XCAN?
Yes, in Tosca they refer all the this engines like XCAN, X engine. So here you can see here X engines. So they refer it as, they give the terminology like XX. They always refer with X only. Most of the things.
Yes, like it is a standard name annotation with Tosca. It is.
Yeah, they have followed it.
Okay.
To increase
No,
the cool
this
quotient.
scan also, this case,
Sorry, come again, please. Who was that?
I think someone has audio problem.
Taslim was saying something.
Okay, all right. So far we have covered what is XCAN, right? So we use XCAN to scan the controls available on SUT, and XCAN is available under modules section. All right. Then how to launch XCAN? There are two ways. One is from modules, right click, and you can choose the scan. Otherwise, you can go to the home menu modules, then scan. There are two ways, different ways. Okay, launch. Now, different XCAN views. So let's use this option. Okay, so here when I click on XCAN, there are multiple options are coming up, right? So somebody who is working, if somebody want to automate Salesforce application, so we need to choose Salesforce scan. Okay, but
Yes.
there are like standard modules available. For that also, we need to download the standard modules which are applicable only for Salesforce application. Okay. So they have made standardized standard modules. Here recently there was no SAP modules available. I would say here there are some modules they made available for SAP, for Salesforce. They have created some standard modules. Yeah, here you can see for SAP application, right? We need to use these are the modules. See, for SAP login, it will not be like this HTML page directly we are going and giving the username and password. It will be different. Here you can see. Here you can see. This will be a Windows pop-up like this. So we need to pass username and password. So this is a repetitive task. That's why they created a standard module. So this will help us in creating the test cases, right?
Yes, and it will overcome regression testing.
Likewise, for Salesforce or other applications also, such modules are available.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, okay, now which option I need to select to scan my application? SUT.
Yes.
Assume that I want to test this SUT. Which option I should select?
So you have to select application.
Yes, UI application. So this simply they are referred as application. So using this, they might ask you like, is it possible to automate or scan SAP applications or PDF or any other things like mobile API and all? Yes, definitely. We can see these options here. They made all the options available here. Legacy scan. Yesterday I explained about this, right? Legacy scan. Legacy scan, like it's like what is it? Command prompt kind of thing. The IBM 400 machine.
Yeah,
The real use case is
apps.
IBM 400 machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this file scan is for JSON or XPath.
Okay.
Sorry, XML file or JSON file.
JavaScript file.
Yeah, whenever you guys are dealing with the API, that time we mostly use this XML file or JSON file. In that case, we need to use this file scan. Of course, Salesforce scan for Salesforce. Then WebDriver we have, remote terminal we have, right? Then PDF application also we can scan. Then this is for mobile applications. So Selenium directly does not help to automate mobile applications. But in Tosca, they made it available directly. If I want to automate mobile applications, if not using Tosca, then I should go for Appium. Some of you might know this already.
Yes.
Appium. So again, there is a learning curve. You learn Selenium, then again learn the Appium. Then using that Appium, again there is a separate setup for Android. Then again there is separate setup for iOS, iPhone and all. Right. So using Tosca we can scan mobile application as well, then API, then application. Okay. So in my case I will choose application. So when I click on application, okay, here you can see X scan. Got it?
Okay. It will open whatever you open.
Yes, this is the X scan. We are talking about this thing only. Okay, this is the X scan. Right. Now here, let's say we are trying to locate the controls on this SUT. Then if I right click on this, again, we have multiple options. Here it will view, is it HTML application or recently they have released Vision AI, that is different thing. Then UIA application or anywhere. If you are not sure about the what type of application it is, then we can use other options. And if you feel like I don't want to see this application available under select application scan, Xscan, then I can blacklist that application.
Okay.
So is it possible to blacklist certain applications while scanning?
Yes, it is possible.
Yes, that's why the option is available here.
Yes.
Right? Okay. In my case, I want to scan this application. Okay, let's select this. And what if now, let's see, I will open W3 school. Okay. W3 school I have already opened, but here I don't see it available. It's available? Okay, sometimes it will not be available. In that case, we can click on refresh option.
Okay.
Right? Got it? If some applications are not visible in Xscan, then what we can do is we can refresh. We can use that refresh option. All right. So application again. Okay. Just select this and click on scan. here you can see my Xscan is open, right? Let's quickly jump to the, okay, it's not allowing me. Yeah, here, wait, let me close this. No. Okay, different Xscan views we want to discuss now. Successfully, I launched Xscan. I have already choose the application which I want to automate. Now, I want to discuss about Xscan views. Okay, let's go again. Scan application. Choose the application. Click on scan. Now we'll discuss about the different views. The moment Xscan launch, we have one view that is called basic view. Okay, this is basic view. So which is the default view available in Xscan?
The basic one.
Basic view, exactly. Because when I launched the Xscan, it's showing basic view, so that is the reason basic view is the default one. Okay, so using basic view, just I can select the controls, the radio button or this text field, drop down options, whatever the options you want. Using this, I will be allowed to just select the controls. It's not showing anything else.
Okay.
Just a
Whatever you
basic.
select. Yeah.
Hmm?
Whatever you selected is.
Whatever you select, just it will show here.
Okay.
And I do not see any properties, any technical properties over here. Okay, so this is the basic view, and the next view is, if you expand this, okay, here it will show the basic view, right? This was the basic view. Okay, now we have the next view is called condensed view. Here it is. See here, small option will appear here, the small window.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the condensed view. Even this will not show you what are the options you have selected, what are the controls you have selected, right? This is the condensed view. Okay, if I want to go back to my original view, then click on this, right? It will show you what are the options you have selected. Okay, now there is one more view. If you expand this, the option will be, yeah, here the third view is advanced view. This is what we need to look at it in detail. Okay, so we have basic view, then we have condensed view, then advanced view. There are three types of views. Exactly. Somebody is asking what is the difference between condensed view and basic view, right? So sometimes you just want to select some options, right? Just simply you want to select this text field, drop downs, options, and you are not bothering what and all the controls you have selected in that case. And maybe sometimes you want to view the full SUT. Okay, so in that case we can go for a condensed view, right? If I want to go back again, original view, then if you click on that basic view, then it will show you this option. Okay, now third option is advanced view. Here in basic view, we see the controls which we have selected. This is the basic view, right? It is showing the controls. Yeah, if I select this, it's showing the controls. In condensed view, it doesn't show that as well. If I selected this control, it doesn't show that, right?
Okay.
The third option available is advanced view. See, if you look at this, there are so many information available here, right?
Okay.
here in advanced view, without looking into your SUD applications, right? You can select here directly.
Okay.
There was a radio button, right? Here, radio button. There is a text box. Okay, so basically there are three views. Okay, now we are discussing about advanced view. Here, filter items option, if you look at this, see, there are different types of different views actually. If you click on this, giving more information whenever I'm moving this cursor. Right here, it is going deeper and deeper. Right? If I click on this first level, it will just show what I have selected. Drop down class. This is the class name they must have given for this drop down options, right? And I'm not pretty sure which option it has selected. Okay, to see that highlight selection you can do, it will highlight. See here, you can see,
Okay.
right? Highlight selection option is also available under advanced view. You can click on that, it will show you which control we have selected. And you can also use this option, select on screen. Here, directly, I can choose the control whichever I want. Tab. And if I move this cursor, more technical informations are available. For example, whenever I select one radio button, this button I am selecting, let's say if I am trying to select this radio button 1, you see here this orange color, right? And try to focus here, the bottom, one item is not unique. Here it's clearly saying that the selected item is not unique. What should I do in that case? In that case, I must need advanced view to make it unique, right? So this radio button, it's not uniquely available. So in that case, I need this advanced view so that I can make it uniquely available. Just I need to select this parent. Now it is saying that selected item is unique, right? So make sure that whatever the controls we select, it has to be unique. Otherwise, it will not work. Tosca will not steer that control, right?
Yes.
So basically, advanced view is
Yes, advanced view is what we use actually, and that's what help us to select the controls uniquely. We will get all the technical details here, and here you see, if I click on this radio button, here you can see all the information. For XPath, it has created a XPath, right? The tag, of course, it's the input tag. Then again, all the properties available here, radio button, the technical information. And these are the present information which Tosca has created internally. We no need to bother about this representation. Just we can look at this technical information. Okay, checked. Is it checked or not? It's checked true. If it is false, means it is not checked. Is it class name is, that's what they have given. Developer has given the name as class name as radio button. Okay, so using advanced view, we can select the items uniquely. So that is the benefit of using advanced view.
This one related to the open controller skills one. The standard.
Yes. Is it clear, guys?
yes.
Yes.
So basically, under modules, Tosca, Tricentis Tosca, already they have provided certain standard modules. Why they have provided it already? Because there are some standard operations, right? Opening a URL, right? Opening URL, closing a browser. every person or every tester will be using these operations, right? They knows that these are the operations which frequently required. Launching a browser, opening a particular URL, maximize, minimize, close the browser, right? So these are all the standard operations, and they want to avoid the time spent by testers, right? They just want us to focus on creating a test cases rather than spending more time on creating a modules and all. So that is the reason they have provided standard modules. If you look at this, there are multiple standard modules available. Let's go through the T-Box X engines. Here there is something called HTML. Where is that HTML? Yeah, here it is HTML, right? Here we can see open URL. This module will help us to launch a particular URL. I'm interested in this URL. I can use this module to open URL. Otherwise, we need to code for this as well. We need to scan this and we need to create modules for that. So that is the reason they have already provided the standard module. Okay, let's quickly create on test case and show you using a standard module. Under HTML, these are the HTML page, right? The browser is all about HTML. So that's the reason under standard modules, they have created a folder called HTML, and the module which you are going to use is open URL. Just drag this and drop under your test case. That's it.
Okay.
Right? And pass your URL. Okay? And forgot about this option. Okay, the use active tab means it will use this tab only. It will try to open the within this window only. If I don't select this, it will create the new one. If I set false, okay. Just focus on just URL. I have provided URL, right? Then what about this buttons? I want to click on this. I want to select this drop down options. It definitely will not be available under standard modules because Tosca or Tricentis company doesn't know that I will be working on this drop down option. So that is the reason we need to go ahead and create our module. Okay? I created my own module. Let's drag and drop this under new test case, right? Okay, drop down. I want to select option 2. Say automatically it will take the action mode input. And after, okay, let's run this quickly. Okay. See, still I am working on this. Work state should be in work. We need to manually change the status, work status. So let's run this quickly. Run in Scratchbook. Scratchbook. Showing as a Scratchbook. Here also we have the Scratchbook. Why Scratchbook? Why not in execution? As name suggests, it should execute under this execution section, section, but it's not doing that because here they made something run in Scratchbook. They made it available to run temporarily because still I am creating this test case. It's not completely done. So using this Scratchbook, I can run my test cases part by part. I mean, it's just URL, run the URL. Okay, it will open the URL. When you are developing our test case still which is under in progress, in that case we need to use the run in Scratchbook option. See, it did launch the URL. Now I will click on this practice page and I want to select the drop down option as 2. So that is the reason. Yeah. See. It failed because I scanned that object in Chrome browser and trying to run on Edge. That is the reason. Sometimes it might happen. Okay, now I have on Chrome. Let me run it again. Run in Sketchbook. Yes. Now you can see that option is selected. Option 2 is selected successfully. Okay. So there might be a question like, why do we need to use run in Sketchbook option? When our test cases are not completely developed, right? And if you want to test our test case steps part by part, in that case, you can use running sketchbook. Once we feel like, okay, it's completely developed, it's completed, then I can drag and drop this execution, this test case under execution folder. I can create an execution list, okay? I can give this as execution